What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, and I'm back again, CS-GIJOE, back at you with another informative toy video. And today, I want to talk about Cobra Richard Crystal Ball King. Now, personally, I really wasn't going to pick this figure up, but I went to my local Walmart and I seen them. First time I saw him, I wasn't going to pick him up, so I had to go back again. And, just looking at the pegs, and I said, what the hell? You got this big old Walmart display, and everything was cool, you know what I'm saying? So I went on and picked them up. But really, truly, before I really get off into this figure and tell you my opinion, you guys get those thumbs up. Come on, hit them up. Help your boy get to 1K, you know what I'm saying? I'm not asking for much. You guys can do it, you know what I'm saying? I don't really come on here a lot, but I come on. So today I'm going to give you guys my opinion on this Cobra Crystal Ball action figure. Now, when I was young, I had this figure and it was cool, you know what I'm saying? It was all right. Now, in the classified era, they added some new objects to it, which some of it I appreciate and some of it I don't. But we're going to get off into it. First of all, we're going to talk about this little bitty crystal ball here. Now, as you guys can see, it has a little, I guess, a little skull head inside. You guys can really see it. I don't know. I don't know why they added this to it. I really don't know. There's the skull head. Can you guys see it? I hope you can. Dreaming effect. Then it comes with an alternate head scope, which has some jacked up horns on it, which I don't even appreciate. But it's actually a pop-on head. I thought it was like a mask or something, but you actually have to take his head off and pop his head on. I'm looking at this thing. It's like, man, what the hell is this crap? Not to call it crap, but yeah, they could do away with this shit. But I really won't be using this. I don't even know what it's for. Then it's the hand that it came on with, another shooting hand. It looks like, as you guys can see, another shooting hand, which is nothing really interesting. It comes with some type of sword. Now, these little things here, the head scope, all this stuff should be glowing in the dark. Hasbro is kind of cheap. They don't want their stuff to glow in the dark. I don't know why. They should. I heard that the polar bear snake eyes hands glows in the dark, but for a very, very small minute. Kind of like those mole rats. And then the figure itself, comes with a shield, and this little pop thing here pops off. No big deal, it's nothing really, got this guy looking like Vincent Price. You can see the face. Looks like Dracula for real, you know what I'm saying? He should have been a spinoff from Zartan's people or something, but I don't know how the story goes. I don't even know the origin of this guy. How did he get the Cobra and what's he's really all about? Jacket wise, his coat, I guess it's cool, Thought about taking his coat off because the other one came, he didn't have no long trench coat on, he didn't have all this stuff on. And I really don't like hard plastic stuff, It has some type of little musket gun on the side. You got to pull it on out. Yeah, I had to take him on out, but yeah, look at the gun, man. Gun looks crazy. Old musket gun. I guess it's a 5-shooter or something, So I guess he's what you call a hypnotist. He's going to hypnotize the battlefield on G.I. Joe and get them seeing, hallucinating, and all this type of stuff. I really don't know what the hell that symbol means. I don't know if this is a Cobra symbol on his belt. You guys can see it. You guys tell me what is that. I don't know what the hell that is. But other than that, I guess it's an okay figure. Like I said, I don't even know the origin of this guy. I was going to really pass on him, but then I said, well, damn. They had Law and Order. They had a couple of stingers. The display up there on the Walmart G.I. Joe display, along with the other Marvel Legends display, was pretty cool. So I said, I'm gonna go ahead and grab this guy. Like I said, I really wasn't interested in crystal ball, even though I did have him when I was a kid, you know, and I didn't really play with him, you know. He was no big commodity to me, you know what I'm saying? Just another action figure, you know. And after that, really after the crystal ball figure, I kind of fell off of G.I. Joe, you know what I'm saying? I started getting into a lot of stuff in the neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, G.I. Joe really wasn't like a big commodity to me anymore. So, you know, a lot of figures, you know, I buried them off, you know. A lot of figures I gave away to the younger kids in the neighborhood. You know, I really wasn't feeling it no more. You know, and in the way that Hasbro's going now, I'm not really feeling G.I. Joe now, you know what I'm saying? But I'm a rock with it, you know what I'm saying? It has a boot twist, you know. Everything, you know, drop down hips, as you guys can see. You know, everything's going pretty much the same as a regular G.I. Joe classified action figure, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, with all that being said, this is your boy CS-GIJOE, letting you guys know about the crystal ball figure. But mainly, you know, this figure's cool. You know what I'm saying? I would tell anybody wait on it. I don't know why it sold out so fast on the Walmart con. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was going crazy, you know what I'm saying? They couldn't find the figure, you know. So, you know, you do have a lot of G.I. Joe fanatics out there. You know, I mean, I'm a G.I. Joe fanatic myself, but I'm not trying to go and jump through hula hoops just to get a damn action figure, man. Because these action figures are going to fall in your hands eventually. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to break your neck or miss a meal just to get a damn action figure. You know what I'm saying? I think he looks cool. You know, I do like the hair paint apps on his hair. You know, it's not bad, you know what I'm saying? It just looks like Dracula or some shit, you know, some gothic. I think G.I. Joe is trying to copy off of Monster Force with this guy because he's getting his own special troops and shit, and everybody's going to have this type of green type of stuff with them, you know what I'm saying? So I don't really see that as a big commodity. I just think that a Hasbro money grab, you know, add more figures to the line. And I'm like, man, I mean, some people like it, you know what I'm saying? To each his own. But to me, I don't think it's a big time thing to try to army build him a damn troop. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he was not in the Sunbow cartoon. I didn't really check up on the Deke cartoon. He might have been in there, you know. Looking at his paint, actually has tattoos on his elbows. You guys can see the tattoos. I can't really see them. Like a spider. Then he has a tattoo over here on this arm. Sorry about the camera shaking. You know, you can't really see all this stuff. You know, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? But with all that being said, man, you know, G.I. Joe's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I tell anybody, you don't have to be a completionist, you know, in this line, because they're going to keep on dropping people, you know what I'm saying? You know, they haven't dropped the female Snake Eyes. They haven't dropped Cobra Commander's son, some little guy named Billy. And you got to ask yourself, who the hell did Cobra Commander lay up with? You know, if he's supposed to be a lizard man from Cobra Law, who gave him the coochie, you know? So, it's a long story behind this, man. Like I say, y'all, they just adding figures to the game, you know what I'm saying? Like, some figure that's coming out by a guy named Risk, who's a G.I. Joe. He had a fight with Duke and all that type of stuff. But, yeah, this is the figure, man. You know, right here at the box, you guys can see crystal ball. I mean, it's cool, you know what I'm saying? I do like these pictures that they put on the back, though, you know. Pictures on the back looks pretty cool, you know what I'm saying? Looks pretty cool. It's on top of a building or something. I don't know. With crystal ball, like I said, I'm not too far into this character. You know, like I guess his face is supposed to change into this octopus demon or some old crap. You know. But yeah, like I say, this is a character that's, you know, this is a pass or grab. You guys tell me in the comments, you know what I'm saying? Is this a pass or is it a grab? To most collectors, I know it's a grab because you want to be a completionist in this G.I. Joe classified line. But with all that being said, this your boy CS-GIJOE, and I'm gonna tell you like this. I don't think I'm going to complete the line. I'm just gonna get the ones that I like. If something falls in my hand, if I got the ends on me, I'll buy it. You know what I'm saying? But not to take the whole scene away from Crystal Ball, I'm gonna tell you guys what I've been really into. And I'm gonna tell you like this. Gridiron, as you can see, all these gridiron stickers all up on my board. You know, they're not stickers, they're actually business cards. Gridiron has been dropping some nice things for you guys to upgrade on your Joes. And if you're like me, you might want to upgrade. First coming out the gate is my gun hoe. I got this grenade bandolier for him. I think he looks awesome with that. What do you guys think? Gun-ho looking awesome with that grenade bandolier, huh? Yeah, this how he's standing up. You know, that's gun-ho. Second out the gate, I got for my grunt. I got a couple of these grunts. You know, I don't know if I'm going to get those green shirt Joes, because I got about 6 of these guys. But I had to get someone that's going to hold down my APC. And this helmet right here looks extravaganza, man. Straight from Gridiron, man. Look at that helmet, man. Oh, man. Look at that. Look at that helmet, man. That is extravaganza, man. Look at the details. Jeez, they killing stuff over there at Gridiron. I love it. Like Mickey D's, I'm loving it, you hear me? Look at the details, man. This is a helmet that you can put on your soldiers if you have like a big tank vehicle, or you know what I'm saying, you want them to be driving your Vamps or whatever that's big that you got, you know what I'm saying. This helmet looks good even if he's inside of a Dragonfly. You know, this is what I'm talking about. Gridiron, I'm not gonna say Gridiron has stepped their game up. Gridiron is destroying the game. They coming hard with their stuff, you know what I'm saying. They're not playing. Let's stand up my man Grunt. Second out the gate, well, third out the gate, excuse me, is my man Stalker. I had to upgrade his beret. Look at that beret. Look at that beret. This is what I'm talking about. Now, this is classified stuff. You dig? This is classified, man. A beret that comes with telecommunication headphones, you know what I'm saying? This looks beautiful, man. This is why I am going to continue to be a Gridiron customer, because they really upgrading stuff, you know what I'm saying? They're making stuff look great. Extravaganza, you know what I'm saying? Let's stand my man Stalk up there, you know. And these are some of the things that I have actually purchased from Gridiron, you know. I think these guys look extravaganza. Fourth out the gate, man, had to upgrade my Snake Eyes. Yeah, Snake Eyes has an Iron Man mask, you know what I'm saying? An Iron Man mask, yeah. And this right here, you can flip it off just like Valiverse. Flip that out. Let's see, can we get it right here? Hold on. Yeah. Night vision goggles. Look at that, man. You know, I mean, can't tell me that Gridiron ain't putting in work, y'all. This is what I'm talking about. Straight from Gridiron. So yeah, you know, Hasbro, y'all keep on eating rocks. You guys need to take notes about what's going on. The stuff that y'all coming out with looks cheap, and y'all want a mortgage note for this stuff. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna pay a mortgage note, give me something that looks real world combat. You know. So yeah, you know, that's why I'm not really been like doing a lot of videos lately, because I've been checking out the Gridiron stuff, and Gridiron is doing a damn good job at just giving your accessories a upgrade. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know, like I said, they may be a little costly, but it's well worth it if you're trying to build your stuff up, you know. So guys, with all that being said, this your boy CS-GIJOE finna be signing out. You know what I'm saying? Letting you guys know that I'm still in the game. You know, ain't nothing left. Your boy still in the game, making things possible, and upgrading my G.I. Joe team. As well, I'm gonna be upgrading my Cobra team. So you guys keep tuning in, like, comment, and subscribe, and definitely share this. And like I always do, leave you guys with something dope. Here it is. Peace.